Hey guys, join your Scary Queens,
Chelsea,
Christian,
Harry,
and Sabrina for the Witching Hour.
we will review horror,
get into some mysterious stories.
and to be honest, probably share our opinions on just about anything.
Don't be afraid to stick around.
One of my best friends in middle school, his favorite artist was Cher. And he ended up being straight.
What?
No way. No, that's not
He's
real.
married to a
That's
woman.
a coding error. That's a coding error. They did something wrong in there.
Let me
He's
tell
married to
you,
a
just because he
woman.
married a woman does not mean he's straight.
And he was in love with me the whole, like, secretly in love with me.
Was he
like-
cute?
Oh.
It's fine. He's fine.
Okay.
Like, now he's fine. He's doing
Okay.
fine.
Okay, good. Thank you for
Yeah.
clearing it up. Well, that's the perfect way to start this. I want you to keep that in. I want you to cut it right here, but I need you to keep that.
Love chair.
You know, wasn't in this movie? Cher.
Yeah.
You know, who should have been in this
I
movie? Cher.
would love to see Cher in a horror movie. I would pay good money to see that.
Wait, but would you want to see her as Cher or as a character?
Cher. Because,
As
she'd
Cher.
be like, I'm Cher.
If you're listening and you're not on our Patreon, it's just what's the minimum? $1 a month
$1.
to
$1
watch
a month.
our beautiful faces.
That's
Come
99
on.
cents plus one.
One cheesy roll up a
Thank you.
month.
A cheesy roll up.
Cheesy roll up.
Donate it to your favorite girls.
Yes.
Us, if you didn't know, we're your
That's
favorite
us.
girls.
We're your
But
favorite.
you know what? I'm not even worried about it because I have a feeling when we get future Patreons, they're going to go watching all the old ones and then they get to see all this glorious madness.
Good
Yeah.
shit.
Also, I wasn't sure if you were eating vanilla ice cream, but then I realized you're eating grapes.
It's white chocolate. No, it's white cheddar mac and cheese.
White chocolate mac and cheese. Kahiging baking chickling. That sounds so good. So good. So good. So yummy.
What the fuck did you say?
It just sounded really good.
It really tickled him.
Can we just talk about fucking Lorraine or something? Cause
Yeah,
I
okay.
thought you said
I'm
the
about to
wait,
start.
Harry.
What?
Okay,
Did you
let's
start? Did you say your thing?
What the podcast?
welcome to
No,
that's
Yeah,
a great
the
way to start the
welcome.
podcast.
Yeah, earlier. This is all
Yeah.
going in the podcast.
I thought
Don't
that
you
was
worry
cut
about
out.
it.
Oh
We
no.
can
Hey
interrupt
guys.
him.
Oh, welcome
gonna
to
cut
season.
out a
Welcome to
section.
season 2. Sorry, we've been gone for so
welcome to
long.
Season 2. Ooh, I am so sweaty. Don't worry about that. Welcome to season 2.
Welcome to season McTwo. Sorry,
We've
that
been
took
gone
5
because
years.
of
Season 2.
Escuela and finals and all that, but Miss Ma'am, we're back.
We're back.
It's been a stressful period of time, but
Also-
we have 2 pre-filmed episodes that we're gonna be releasing soon.
After this, yeah.
After
Never
this, we just
before seen exclusivo primero impacto.
Oh, shit.
we're gonna go back in time for those, so those are a totally different period of time. So if the
Just swallow.
I'm sorry. if the pop culture references aren't relevant anymore,
Don't
yes,
worry
they
about
are.
it.
Oh
yeah,
sorry
they
about
are.
it. That,
So
they're
shut up.
old episodes, but we're in the works.
Also, I just
my
want to
heels.
point out Christian's shirt.
Oh yeah,
Only the patrons will know.
Yep.
And it's true. So
thank you. If you want to find out, go to our Patreon. Patreon.com/THE. Scary.
Feed us a cheesy roll up.
yeah.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
so patrons. And normal listeners, our
Yeah.
free listeners. I still love you, baby.
Feel free.
We're gonna do this cute new thing that we haven't done since the beginning of the podcast, where we time ourselves to make sure that we don't talk for 3 hours.
Because but did you know our last episode is like 2.5 hours and it has A
And y'all
lot.
ate that up. Y'all
Yeah.
ate it up.
Y'all kind of
That's
ate it up a
A
little.
lot
I
of
don't know.
listens. So
What was the
Okay, wait.
last?
I'm urging
Great.
I'm urging our listeners to comment on our Instagram. Please let us know if y'all enjoy us.
yeah,
Like,
period, but also our long episodes because
Yeah,
Don't
do you
tell
like
me. Don't
do you
tell
like the
me.
long episodes? Do you prefer
yeah,
them
no,
to be
don't tell
shorter?
us if you don't like them. Just tell us if you do. Or
You can tell us. But we're gonna upload one of these, see how she does. But yeah, I like these little bite-sized snippets, and we have a fun movie to talk about this time.
For me, it's the franchise that started it all. The reason I'm part of
It
Scary
really
Queens.
is.
Hairspray.
Okay. Okay. First of all,
Okay.
Hairspray is one movie. How's that a franchise?
It has two, the old and the new.
Pink.
Oh shit, Dr. Seuss.
Oh, we're
Anyway,
in trouble.
we're talking about
The Conjuring.
the
The
devil made
Conjuring
me do it.
3.
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh my god, Chelsea, if you can find that sound, you should put it in.
Oh, the little sloth that goes. Yeah, love him. But so yeah, the franchise is back with our main girls, Ed and Lorraine. We love them.
Yes.
Okay.
And we just get right into it, Mama. We're watching an exorcism.
Literally.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, the
But we have
tiny
to say,
tot.
James Wan did not direct this movie.
No,
but he
it
was he was
Chavez.
there.
This
you
one
know
was
what I mean?
directed by Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Okay.
No, Michael Chavez.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh,
Yeah.
also the writers of the first two movies were not the writers for this movie. Did y'all know that?
I did not know that.
The
James-
more you know.
They credited James for the story,
Yeah.
but he directed La Llorona, which is like it's like connected, but like only loosely connected.
Yeah.
He gave
Oh, yeah.
Chavez the
And
the
La
scraps.
Llorona was not good, in my opinion.
It had Velma from Scooby-Doo. I like her, so.
it was
Oh, I
it
like
was
her.
fine.
I just
Yeah,
didn't
what's her
What?
name? Quentin Tarantino?
Okay, Brian just sent me a
Her name
message
is-
and it says Viva Chavez.
No!
No, sir. What is going
Okay.
on?
Got
So-
issues.
Ed and
Her name's
Lorraine.
Linda Tortellini or some shit.
Yes, that's her name. Linda, not Tortellini. It can't be Tortellini.
I'm-
Cardellini.
That's close
I think
enough.
it's Cardellini.
Oh, God.
Tortellini is a type of pasta.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I know,
Christian.
we're done.
Guys, just so you know, Christian is flying to Italy tomorrow, so he's getting, into the vibe.
I made
And
it into the vibe. That's why I thought her name was
tortellinis.
Tortellini.
Tortellini.
Sorry to our
Sorry,
Italian audience.
So,
if we
we
Ah.
open.
Yeah.
It's The Exorcist,
Oh,
which made me so nostalgic for classic horror movie. Not gonna
Yeah.
lie. I was like, I need to go watch The Exorcist. I need to go watch a werewolf movie, a vampire movie. I don't know why. It just made me really want to.
yeah.
But
It's The Conjuring, my dude. She does that to
it's
us.
just so good. I feel like The Conjuring 1 makes me feel the same as like The Exorcist or something like that. It's just like at this point, it's like a classic horror movie. I love it.
Yeah.
So we're
So we
watching
see
Mr. David.
The David
getting-
Glatzel Exorcism,
boy.
1981. He's an 8-year-old boy. And
Who looks like like a 90s child actor, but I don't remember what his name is. I don't know if Chelsea will understand the reference.
Robin Fenty.
Are you
Michelle
talking
Obama.
about the,
You
are you
mean
talking about the
Rihanna?
kid- are you talking about Stuart Little?
I think he looks like the kid from Stuart Little.
You're so right.
Oh, Stuart. Yeah.
No, but
Whatever
I'm
his
thinking
name
of another kid. I don't know.
The rat?
I will.
It's the child actor.
Yeah, he looks like the rat from Stuart.
You know
Little.
Remy from Stuart Little?
Rat Patootie. Rat. What did you say earlier?
Rat Patootie.
Rat.
Ratatouille.
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 I keep trying
Okay.
to Google things on my phone. Let's not talk about where my phone is right now.
Jonathan Lipnicki.
What did you just say?
What's happening? Who are we?
That's rude and disrespectful. We're probably pronouncing his name wrong. And if we're not, that it was rude and disrespectful, and we didn't mean it, Mr. Jonathan.
I know.
It's Lipnicki.
Lipnicki.
He's the.
Come on,
It
let's
shouldn't
go.
be.
Oh.
It
No.
shouldn't be that.
Anyway,
It's probably pronounced different. I really think so. So,
anyway, so we see an exorcism, and Ed and Lorraine Warren are there, of course, because why are they ever not?
Yeah.
Also, when this movie came out, my entire TikTok For You page everybody wanted to see Patrick Wilson.
Oh,
They were
He is
nonsense.
he
so-
grew up in my hometown, St. Petersburg.
No fucking way.
So
like
you
the
knew Cher,
like the guy
Jesus,
from
and Patrick Wilson.
Yes.
like the guy from Grey's Anatomy who also Sabrina, you just need to move it. No, move your body, move the camera, so you can see.
Hang on. Okay.
She's
Yes.
trying to get the skull to be seen, but
Yeah.
she keeps just.
I'm
keeps
scared- I'm scared to
pushing
get
it. No, let me talk. She keeps doing this. She pushes it, and then she just goes right back in front of it. And then she pushed it a little, and then she goes back in front of it.
Well, I'm scared to get closer to the candles. I don't want to burn my pony.
Oh shit! Not the pony.
Mm-mm.
Anyway,
St.
Anyways.
Petersburg, grew up in St. Petersburg, went to Shorecrest.
St. Petersburg, Russia. That's where she was born.
Literally every time I hear about St. Petersburg, that's all I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about Russia, Anastasia. What are we talking about? And I know you're from there. I know you are, but it's my immediate thought.
Oh my God. Anyway, so his whole family's from there. They're still there in St. Pete and Tampa.
Oh, fun!
Wow.
So you're gonna
Shout out.
introduce us to Patrick Wilson.
Yes. Me and my mom, his brother is a news reporter. And
Oh
one time
shit!
they were reporting something at the church across the street from my parents' house. So me and my mom laid on the bed and looked out the window while his brother, Mark Wilson, was reporting the news right outside of our window. So what up, Mark?
Wow.
That was
Can you
me.
tell Mark that I would marry his brother? I know he probably has children, but
Y'all seen that
absolutely-
TikTok where he's like, "You dirty nun,"
Dirty
or something
little
like
nun.
that?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
I have it saved, Mama. I got it.
he knows what he's
wife-
doing.
He pops
His
up.
wife is like, she's
The hottest shit in the world.
kind of a thickie, you know?
Oh,
Come on,
I love that.
He
for
said,
him.
"Stay home if you're sick. Come over if you're thick."
Hey, I saw that on your story. I
I
loved it.
It was funny.
I loved it.
Okay, so there's an exorcism. There's little Stuart Little is there.
Stuart
like
Little.
He's
Oh my
there,
God.
and he's
Okay,
all possessed and shit.
when he
Did
does
you
His bones
guys
are
goes like
cracking.
this.
Yeah, when he
Y'all
puts
think-
his leg
when
in
he
between
was-
his arms somehow.
When he was like crack-a-lackin', tell me that didn't sound like a bowling ball hitting bowling pin. A bowling alley. I was
I
I
like,
feel
they,
like it was an intense
Also-
version of Rice Krispie treat.
they like
not treats,
sampled
just
a
the
bowling
cereal.
alley. I swear to God.
He sampled.
Oh my God.
I loved it. I thought it was really cute. I thought he looked like a handsome young man.
When
Until
he
he
was
started
When he
frothing.
was
Backbending?
literally the devil. Hello.
Yeah,
he was like
literally.
bent up like a
wasn't.
pretzel. He was like bent up like a pretzel, yelling at his sister.
He said, "Move like a snake."
I liked obviously this is more modern like CGI, so the look of it was so cool like in comparison to like old
Yeah, it
looking
looked like he
exorcisms
was
where they're just
actually
like, "I'm
touching
green."
his forehead to his heel.
Literally.
He looked like Chucky for like 2 seconds.
Yeah,
He did a
I
little.
see it.
And the cameraman that has been here throughout the whole Conjuring, so loyal.
Love him.
The one that created that one scene of like going on top of what's her face, like going over the mom in that one scene when she gets thrown back in the first Conjuring.
Yeah.
I don't
Or,
know
like,
what you're talking about.
It goes over and then she gets chucked through the front door. You don't remember that?
I'm talking about the cameraman like in the movie. Like he's a cameraman in the movie. His role.
Oh, I thought you meant the actual
I
cameraman
mean,
behind
the
the
hand-
Oh,
scenes.
the little boy?
Oh
No.
girl, I don't know who did this. Shout out
That-
cameraman.
I'm talking about the handsome Asian man.
Yeah,
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 the
yeah,
Asian
yeah. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, so the cameraman was the same. And then he, like, I guess stayed loyal to them or whatever. He's recording. Kid's going psycho, whatever. It's going crazy. The priest, knocked by a plate. Shoots a plate out.
Yes,
Chrissy's on
out
the floor.
cold.
Yeah,
Literally got
quick,
his shit
too.
whopped.
He did.
Whopped?
It's
Is that
okay.
correct?
It's
Is that
okay.
correct
It's
terminology?
okay. It's rocked, but keep going.
Yeah.
So he got
his
his
shit
shit
whopped.
rocked. And then basically the kid gets up and kind of attacks Ed, and he's like, "I will make your heart stop right now."
Yeah, he
Yeah.
literally says, "I'll stop your heart, old man."
Yeah.
That was some disrespectful ass shit.
And
Okay,
Guess
not
what he
to
did?
Patrick.
Guess what he started doing? Started stopping his heart, mama.
I have some quotes from my parents at this part of the movie.
Please
Yes.
tell us.
So, you know, when they see the house, it's obviously Exorcist vibes. The house is humongous. And then when the kid is hiding in the bathroom, my mom says, quote, "That's a big ass bathtub." She said, "That's a big ass bathroom."
I love that.
And then
I love that's what she noticed.
Not the blood coming out of the spout.
Of the shower. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
That's
and then
That's not a
when
nice tub.
when the kid comes out stabbing from the bathroom, he's like,
that was his father.
My dad said to my mom, "He looks like you in the morning."
Did she actually stab him, or did you continue watching the movie?
My mom said, "Before I've had my coffee." Yeah.
Oh, she agreed. That's why they're married. They understand each other.
Come on.
Yeah, because if that shit was said to me.
Yeah, but that little boy really came out stabbing.
Yeah.
Also, did anybody catch the Exorcist reference?
Yeah.
With
Yes.
the priest?
With the
He
little
comes
house
out and then he
loved
like
it.
stops and it's like literally the shot from
That's
the
probably
Exorcist.
what made me like, oh, I want to watch classic horror movies.
Yeah.
Except
Apparently,
y'all
like,
hate all the classic horror movies.
No.
Rosemary's Baby is not a classic.
And you did. Yes, it is. And
Yes,
so is
it
The
is.
Exorcist, and you hated that too.
It was
The Exorcist
strange.
was weird.
We need to,
But
we
I
need to more
hated
classics.
Rosemary's Baby. That's I will say that again with my whole
I just
chest.
wanted Rosemary to end up like in an killing everyone. But that's neither here or there. We're not
Yeah.
talking about it.
Continuing on.
Conjuring.
So
yeah.
they call the priest because the little child is getting fucked up, and the priest, he's there. He gets knocked out by a play. We already said that. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Anyway,
At this point, once he has the heart problems, once he's like, "I'm gonna stop your heart," his the little boy, David's brother, Arnie or Arn.
no, it's his
Yeah, Arnie.
girlfriend, his sister's girl.
Oh, I literally completely
sister's
lied to you.
boyfriend.
Sister's boyfriend. His sister's
sister's
boyfriend's
boyfriend.
like, "Yo, just give it to me.
yeah.
Like, give me whatever's in you.
Yeah, just
Like,
take me.
Stop, take me instead." He's screaming this, by the way. He's like, "Take me instead."
Yeah,
Take
but
me.
the
No
only
one-
one,
No
the
one hears it.
only one who heard
No one
was the person in the middle of a heart attack.
Not a single person heard it because they just assumed that the devil or the demon left. And I was like, did y'all not hear him say that it's in him now?
Yelling, "Take me."
Yeah, but
So-
Ed was the only one who heard it, and
Yeah.
he
Also,
like,
at this
freaked
time,
out.
He's
no
in
one's
a-
checking. Not a single person is checking on the priest. Lorraine is with Ed. He's
The
with
priest
the little
is
boy.
dead.
Priest is
Girl.
knocked out in the corner.
He got knocked in the head with a plate. He's not dead. Come on.
Yeah, but they just left him for dead. They were like, anyway.
Yeah, they kind of did a little.
Anyway,
He has no
So-
family members there. Sorry about it.
Yeah, so we now get the plot of the movie, which is Arnie Johnson is now possessed. And then the title drops, and it's like, "De Conjuring, el devil me lo hizo."
El devil me lo hizo. The devil
Oh.
did it to me.
Also, did you say conjuring?
El Conjuring. That's how you say it in Spanish.
No.
So while they're doing the whole exorcism on the little boy, Lorraine holds the boy's hand to hold him down, and she's like, and she has a
Oh,
vision
that's true.
A
He
vision.
does.
of somebody like me at a witchcraft table,
Altar, yeah.
and she's
Yeah,
like,
like
"What the
devil's altar.
freak?" And so she's got like a migraine the rest of the day. It's somebody. It looks like they're conjuring a spell.
Oh shit.
Oh, full
fucking
circle, full circle. No, I don't know.
Shit. I love that for us. Anyway, so next thing I think that happens is the hospital. No?
Yeah. We go to the hospital to check on Ed, and Lorraine's very worried. And they're like, "Hey, girl, we put a little thingy in his artery."
But it was bad.
and... Huh?
It was bad. They were like,
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna tell you it's good until I do a more test because I'm not gonna be sued.
Exactly. Yeah. It was like he's
And that's
not doing
never
well.
good.
So they're just like, "Girl, he's not doing well. I'm so sorry." And she's like, going through that whole struggle basically. And then we get a life. We get a life.
A
We get
life.
a peek into the life of Arnie and the girlfriend and their house. I don't know. They're living with
Their living situation, yeah.
Yeah, they're living with this guy, which I don't really get the situation that much.
So
He's-
he owns a dog kennel, I'm guessing, where people take their dogs to be taken care of when they're not home.
and they live on
And
top.
they live on top because they work the kennel, and
Right.
that old man just owns it. Or that, not old, but the guy just owns it. He doesn't work it.
Mr.
Mhm.
Crusty Dusty.
Yeah.
He's kind of gross, but the soundtrack of this movie is good.
Oh yeah,
fire,
the song he was
bro.
playing.
Fire.
Yeah, super old, very 90s.
Anyway,
First of all, it was
so-
the 80s, so one ticket off. But yeah,
Also,
that's
I
extra
forgot,
old.
I made a note to say that in the, you know how they, in The Conjuring, every time they give you like a description in text and then the title drop?
story.
Yeah. So then it said that this is their most most sinister discovery of their career. Not cynical.
I
Yeah,
was
that's a
like,
very different.
what literary?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
So just so you know, I don't know. I feel like this, I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll
this
see.
is intense.
It's intense, but I don't know if
Do you
it's
know
their
the
most
one that
sinister
made me
thing.
like pee in my hands while I was watching it? It actually wasn't an Ed and Lorraine one. It was Annabelle
Nun?
Comes Home.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, Annabelle Comes Home made me pee pee.
Creepy. Because it's just sensory overload of everything they've ever
Yeah.
done. So everything is spooky. And
We
then
also
that one
did
girl with
watch that
asthma.
in like a movie theater versus
Super
like,
good.
you know,
That's
your
true.
computer
Yeah.
screen.
Oh, a movie theater horror movie?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely not. Oh my God, it's so much scarier. It's so much scarier.
Maybe one
It's
day
like
we
watching
can,
a VR.
one day
That's
we
when
can
I
rent out
opened-
a movie theater just for us and watch movies
Yeah.
for Scary Queens.
Okay, I think the time for that has come and gone because now it's going to be expensive. Before it was like $2 for the whole
Yeah,
movie
that's
theater.
Yeah, because they were like, Kiavid.
They weren't making money.
Okay, so they live in a dog kennel place, and Mr. Archibald Sanderson
No.
is doing things, and he's like seeing spoopy things happen. He's like,
Yeah. He sees like
what
a
it-
cereal box drop, and then Remy the rat comes out, and he's like,
Remy the Ratatouille.
Oh my God.
He comes
A
out of the
waste
cereal
of
box and he
cereal.
goes into a hole in the
Yeah.
wall. And then, you know what they do in scary movies? The whole time he's looking into the hole in the wall, you're like, fuck, I'm gonna piss myself. Like, what I do
Literally.
is I look off the computer screen so I can still see what's going on, but it's not gonna hurt me. You know what I
It
mean?
looked like I don't know what the hole was for, but it looked like a crusty.
oh yeah,
No,
he starts
no,
like,
no,
Because it's
no.
down low.
No, it's
wait,
because
have y'all,
it was.
have y'all
It's
heard
because
that
no,
TikTok?
stop. It happened because the boy,
Period.
the young boy, when he was possessed, he would fuck the walls up and scratch. Well, the demon would
Hey,
scratch the walls and shit.
why are you talking that way? He would fuck the walls, girl.
I said, fuck the walls up. Get your mind out the gutter, Miss Thing.
Chelsea just called it
I didn't. It was Chelsea.
a. Okay.
I'm just saying what it looked like.
Okay, if I was 5 feet off the ground, I'd be worried.
Oh my God.
Sorry, imagine Slenderman.
He had to
just-
bend down to look into it.
Absolutely not, girl. No.
So he looks into the hole, and then when he turns,
Oh
there's
wait,
nothing
that
in the
reminds
hole.
me. Now that you
And
said
when he
that,
turns
Happy
around-
Pride.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Well, Pride would have come and gone before we post this, I think. So
Oh well, this is when we're filming. It's Preed, so
Preed.
Breathe.
Anyway, he turns around and away from the hole, and this old woman like looks at him and like touches his forehead or something,
she's so
and then he
quippy.
falls and gets scared and maybe shits himself, but we didn't see.
a little.
She's like a new type of spoopy because she's not like a
She's not one
daemon?
of those girls.
she's not one of those girls. She's just, you know what I mean, like a witchy, but like not one of those fun Satanists, like the ones that are actually.
Hey, stop. Wait.
what?
No,
No.
hear me out. Hear me out.
No, I
Hear me out.
cannot.
Okay, well,
You just
what
said
I'm
a
saying.
fun Satanist?
Yes. Okay, look, in modern times, I'm talking about right now,
Well,
today.
yeah, it
You could
depends,
look
'cause,
up
like,
the Church of
there's- yeah.
Satan, and in their like I don't know, in their rules.
So
of-
you're telling
of
me
their
you've looked
original-
up the Church of Satan?
Hi, I would like to finish. Okay, so in their like rules of
Guys,
things that
I'm
are their
worried.
sacred stuff, they have like abortions in there for women and stuff. Like they're just atheists that are going under that name, but they're just atheists. And then there's the other ones that are actually like, let's kill people.
Yeah, there's like two extremes. I think I agree with you. There's like people who just practice whatever Satanism is without the whole like literally high devil demon like whatever. You know?
Yeah.
Devil demon.
There's like two of them. So we're talking about the bad girls that want to wreak harm on the world.
Bad Girls Club.
That Bad Girls Club. This
Yeah.
girl is
There's like
part of
the
Bad
Night
Girls Club.
Stalker version, and then like everyone else.
Yeah.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He was like,
So-
"Hi, I'm literally gonna kill everyone for Satan."
Yeah,
No.
so she's part of Bad Girls Club, and she wants to, I don't know, for some reason she just wants to mess them up. She just likes this little family. She's like, "Ugh, why not? I love the
Yeah.
occult. We'll see
at the
later
end-
why.
At the end, they describe why. But
So
what happens next?
we get
Um,
Lorraine is like again at the hospital. She's next to the bed with
This
Ed.
is when.
And then this is when we
Oh!
see Miss Ma'am, a person that we know who's in this movie, shows up.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
guess we can say her name. Or,
Well,
yeah,
yeah, she's
because
in the
people
movie.
would be able to
She's
look it up.
famous.
Megan Brown. She used to go to our high school. Hopefully, you can track our high school from that. But she is
We
in this
don't go
You
movie.
there.
definitely can.
So we're
Also-
proud of her.
It's fine.
Good job.
Yeah, good job,
Yay!
Megan Brown.
young Lorraine.
Yeah.
Come on, Queen.
So we see the story of young Ed and Lorraine.
Ed used to be a ticket taker at the movie. How wholesome.
So sorry.
Yeah, they were so cute.
Yeah, they were. I mean,
And
still
that-
are. Still are.
But they're wholesome, but like also demonologists. So
Yeah, right? How did they get into that?
I have no idea.
How did they go from watching movies to studying Satan?
Well, I'm sure that she was like, "Hey, I see dead people," and he was
Oh,
like,
yeah, that's true.
"I'm gonna help you out."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay.
So the reason we see her whole story is because the priest is like, "Hey, Lorraine, just go home. Like, I'm sure Ed wouldn't mind you going home and like resting for a while." And she was like, "Ever since I met him," and then she tells the whole story, and she's like, "And that's why I'm currently home. I'm only home when I'm with him.
And we're
then there's
just
a house that I can go to."
For-
And I'm like,
We're
"Oh!"
foreshadowing the whole arc of this movie. Like, you know how movies have like a theme. Like, I just watched Raya and the Last Dragon. The theme was like trust. This one is love. They love each other, and that's
Wow.
stronger to anything.
Wow, wow,
And
wow.
poopy love.
A poopy
Um,
love.
So then he's there, Judy Booty is there, he wakes up and he's like, and then on the other side of the coin, other things are happening. So who wants to talk about Mr. Archibald Sanderson?
His name is not Archibald Sanderson. His name is Arnie, and I don't know how you're mixing Archie and Sanderson.
Well,
So KJ Appa is at this fucking place.
Basically, they're
So
the
they're
same
at the
person.
dog kennel thing, and then he's still going through it. He's seeing things, and Mr. whoever owns the kennel, I don't know his name, Mr. Dog, he is having some fun.
Mr.
his name's
Bitch.
Bruno. No, first Arnie's at work.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's a tree
You're
trimmer.
right.
Oh, I forgot about this part.
So
yeah,
he's
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to like trim the trees, but his chainsaw won't start, and Miss
Appears
Girl,
in the window.
Miss Witch Man,
And the
is
window.
watching him through the window, and he is like, I feel like I'm being watched. And then all of a sudden, the chainsaw turns on, and everybody's like, Arnie, what are you doing up there? Quit
Yeah,
farting
'cause it
around.
falls.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
also, I have another quote from my mom.
I can't wait.
When Lorraine said, oh, we met 30 years ago. My mom said, 30 years, that ain't nothing.
Aw.
How long are your
Aw.
parents? How long have your parents been married?
They got married in 87.
Oh my,
Oh my god, 3 years.
So,
Oh my god, 600 years ago? That's great.
Oh my god.
But okay,
What is it?
so Archibald.
2021.
Well, something Sabrina did not describe is that what she
30.
meant by Mr.
34.
Oh, cute. Mr. Man wakes up and goes, is because he said, oh, someone needs to check on Arnie because Arnie, like, swallowed the spirit or whatever. Like, he took
Yeah.
it into his body.
Yeah.
So
she
then
let it-
we
No.
flash back to Archibald, and he's having a party with Mr. Dog and his girlfriend. And it's not a fun party. It's like a weird party that
No.
Mr. Dog is in.
Because
It's
Mr. Dog is
a-
like drunk off his mind.
And also,
He's
Arnie came
drunk.
home feeling terrible because that bitch showed up and made him, like, have an issue. I don't know. His body started reacting. So he gets home and he's like, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to talk to anyone. And Mr. Dog is like, fix my radio. And then they start the party after he fixes it. And
See.
then,
Yeah, it's because he's the only one drunk. My mom also said, I hate to say it, but this man is very annoying.
oh,
Why does she hate to say it?
Oh,
She shouldn't.
no.
yeah, she shouldn't.
But
He was.
so I don't know. Archibald is having like visions of like his girlfriend and Mr. Dog having a really good time, and they're not having a good time, and that like is used throughout the movie, that the like lady, she has like powers to make you hallucinate and see things that are not really there, or like
Yeah.
um s- trick your vision into seeing someone else when you're looking at something.
Yeah.
So then the spookiest thing happened. They really are good at monsters in this
They
series.
are.
Like some of the like spooky ooks that you get are just like of nothingness, okay, and those just scare you, yes. But when they do the grand reveal, it's not like an Insidious situation where you're like, is that Darth Maul? It's like, oh my god,
That's
nightmare
a terrifying
fuel.
creature.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
ew.
Like,
So-
do y'all remember that creepy man with the teeth and the purple hat from the second movie? He was like the Sticks man. He was creepy. He was creepy and
The
long.
old guy.
Oh,
no, the little
the
crooked
crooked man.
Yes, yes,
Sorry, I said too
terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. But yeah, so then he starts having this vision of this weird thing that looks like Momo, that internet spoopy thing that was going
Yeah,
around.
But it's Mr. Dog turns into Momo.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's just not turns. He doesn't actually turn. It's just he.
Like,
Hallucinating.
in his
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hallucinating to see him as Momo, and Momo's like, "I'm gonna fuck you up," and starts crawling
Yeah.
on all fours.
And the bowling pin noises again.
Oh,
Yeah, his
my
bones
God.
crack and
And like interesting lighting choice. They start like it starts like all the
Ooh,
lights turn red, and I was like, oh, that's kind of like.
it goes dark. And that's another one of those scenes where I'm like, I can't look at the computer screen right now. I'm gonna look just next to it.
When you,
my
it's
God.
only the shine in the pupils that like you see, and
Yeah.
then like the legs, and you're like,
And it comes at you.
and then it
into
comes
Also,
in.
if you are worried about movies where animals die, he did not hurt any of the
I
dogs.
know. I love that. See, I love
Yeah.
The Conjuring.
I got nervous about that.
Me
Except they
too.
killed the dog in the first one, but regardless, I mean.
Oh, they
Yeah.
But
did.
you don't see it. Which I
No.
respect
It's the
and
implication.
enjoy.
Yeah. Oh, good
Also,
work,
guys, look at my new
Chelsea.
slippies.
Hello
Hello,
Kitty.
So you just got up to get your Hello Kitty slippers.
My feetsies were cold.
To-
Um,
I hate it.
sorry. But okay, so then yeah, he basically, we don't see like a bunch. It's like, oh, did he? So then
Nobody did because they show the knife and then there's
Yeah,
shanking
but-
sounds.
so then he's on the streets and he's like, I
What you see in
don't
the
know
trailer,
what
yeah.
happened. Yeah, he's all bloodied up.
And the cop
And-
takes him in.
I think I hurt somebody.
Yeah.
And oh, did you hear Bruno when he was drinking and dancing? He said, "Don't make me drink alone."
I wrote that
Don't make me
down.
drink
No,
alone.
he was
Don't
like,
make
"Don't
me
make me
drink
drink
alone."
alone."
He said,
and
"Come
gave
on,
him
don't
a
make me
beer.
drink alone." And
I
said,
wonder if that was
"What?"
also a reference.
Everything's connected.
I love Octavia Spencer. Thank you very much.
Her
So Octavia
Hi,
Spencer was
hi.
in this movie.
Ma was Octavia Spencer's first and only, maybe
Role.
not only, but it was her first role where she was the like main character. Like
Oh, yeah.
anyway, I think that's beautiful.
So good.
I don't think she was the protagonist.
Of Ma,
Not the
I was on her side.
protagonist.
It depends on whose
the
side
movie's
you're on.
about her. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not on her side. That bitch died in a fire.
That was her choice.
A fire.
Sounds like you're saying fart, and I really enjoy that.
That in the far.
Well, now we understand Sabrina's humor. So he gets taken in by the popo, and
He stabbed the guy 22 times. Thank you.
Yeah.
yeah.
22.
Yeah.
Ew.
Which is a thing that you
Is
should
that a
remember,
double
that number
number?
22. No, it's just a number that we see later on in the movie because somebody
Yeah.
else is stabbed 22 times.
Because it's the same situation. Okay.
Okay, and
So-
we can put the ad right here because it's been 30 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, we're still at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. we
Okay,
are.
what do we do for the ad?
Oh wait, ad.
That's what we should post that on Instagram and be like, oh my God, what do we do for the ad?
You're the only one who did that because Christian just went.
Sorry, I had my moment.
Are we really only at the beginning? Yeah, we are.
Yeah, he just got to
Well, we're
So hey,
on
this whole hour thing is not gonna work.
my 3 pages.
Let's
We're
see
on
how much we
page
can do.
2, like halfway through page 2.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's good. Well, we have 30 minutes more, and then if we need another 15, I'll do another timer.
I ran out
I mean,
of,
we're gonna have to
notes.
finish the movie. Chelsea, you're the only one with notes now.
I ran out because I wasn't taking notes the first time, and then I only got to watch up to this point. Again,
Oh, okay.
because I was packing.
Okay. Ed and Lorraine are
Welcome
where?
to season 3 of Scary Queens TWH.
Sorry we haven't posted the second half in 6 weeks, but we're here now. So Ed and Lorraine go, because Ed wakes up from his coma and remembers that the demon is inside this kid now. They go to meet him in prison once they hear.
Prison.
Well, actually, no, that's not what happens. So while when the stabbing is about to happen, from the hospital, Lorraine calls the police and is like, this might sound weird, but a tragedy is about to happen at this place. Because that's when Ed woke up from the coma. So they meet him in prison, and they put holy water and a cross in front of him, and they make him read from the Bible to see if the demon is actually inside of him. And there's nothing. There's nothing.
Because we have a little witchy poo.
Well, we didn't know this yet at this point in the movie.
Yeah.
So,
but like the holy
like,
water, the Bible, and the crucifix do nothing to him.
They do nothing. And Lorraine says if he had a demon in him, these things
he wouldn't be able to,
would have been crushing it or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they're like, what the fuck? What do we do now? How do we prove that this man didn't kill, like, of his own will, that it was a demon? So they meet with his attorney.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're like, we want to claim possession. And she's like,
Mhm.
are you dumb or are you stupid?
this
and
part
then
is so funny.
I love it. I love it because Mr. Ed was like, you want to have dinner? You want to have dinner at our house?
We'll
Come
show
meet
you what we
Annabelle.
got at home.
Come meet Annabelle.
Yeah.
And then you see this bitch on the fucking like I don't even know
At the
prosecutors, the defense desk, and she's like,
she's like,
you can see her butthole is like,
yeah, because she tells him like, oh, if you can prove it to me, then I'll side with you. If not,
And he
then I'm
proved
not
it
doing
all
that.
right, Mama. He
Yeah.
proved
And literally, she goes, okay, I'll come to your house. And the next scene is her going, he pleads not guilty because of possession. And her eyes are like,
she was like,
Also, the fact that like this really happened, like
I know.
and Lauren said, "Yeah, no, we're fighting this case."
Yeah.
And I like how Ed
Yes, exactly.
afterward has to get carried down the stairs of the courthouse, and he's like,
still-
God.
It's like, it's so stupid. I can walk down the stairs.
Oh my
Typical
God.
straight white man.
But they
Anyway.
have to prove that he was actually possessed, or they're going to go for the death penalty on poor little Arnie.
Also, I think this is
Yeah.
the first scene when they're going down the stairs where you can see in this movie that her skirt matches his tie all the time.
Yeah.
I
Oh
love
my
it.
god, never knew that. And when y'all sent that, I was like,
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Well, I never noticed it until I saw the TikTok, but then when I was watching the movie,
Yeah.
I was like, look, it's happening.
They make me so happy. But okay,
So then,
Where are we
Chelsea, I
going?
don't remember what happens.
so then the
my
devil made him
Lord.
do it, and then
And then the movie's over.
And
good job.
Okay, so they have to, there's a lot of pressure because the Warrens have to prove that he was possessed. So they're like, let's roll back that beautiful bean footage of the original exorcism of the little boy and how it all started, because obviously that old demon is in him, but like weird that it doesn't care about religious things.
Yeah.
So they're listening to the old tapes, and it like goes back in time. Of course, these people are moving into a new house, and it's haunted.
Of
and
course.
Little boy, it shows him, the original possessed one, David. He walks into a room with his little box, and he sees a big old waterbed.
Which is like Disneyland inside of your house. Excuse me.
So I have a quote from my mom. She says, "That's a cool house, ain't it?"
Oh my
finds
god,
the
wait,
waterbed.
I wish, I don't know if we have time. Do you think your mom is awake?
She might be.
Could she sell us this house?
I could see if she could sell us the house. She probably won't want to be on camera though, because she doesn't have a bra on.
Oh, that's
No,
okay.
just the audio.
okay.
Just the audio.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, continue. They move into they see the waterbed.
he sees the waterbed and he's like, Yahtzee. So he comes on the waterbed and he's like laying face up on the waterbed, and you can see next to his head Miss Ma'am's face. She's like,
yes. She's like. Also, this is another horror movie reference, apparently, to Freddy Krueger or something.
yeah.
Oh.
He's like, hello, what's in here? Knocking on the waterbed. That girl yoinks him, ruins
out
a
of him.
perfectly good waterbed in the process. Which
Also,
Ruins the wood
weirdest-
grain.
yeah, that's the weirdest bed frame to have a water bed on. What? I thought like
my mom said that they had a waterbed when they first moved in together in the 80s, and they had no heat. They were living in a garage apartment. So when it was cold, they would turn the heater on the waterbed and run into the waterbed and like sit under the blanket so they could be warm.
I thought you were gonna tell us that she popped it while she was.
I
doing
thought,
it.
yeah, I
Like,
thought it was gonna be that.
No.
That's too hot, and
She
My
said that was
Wi-Fi
stress.
died, so I didn't hear any of that, but I'm gonna smile and nod.
Don't worry about it.
She said, I was like, is that even comfortable? And she said, yeah. And I said, but don't you feel like do you dream about like being in the ocean?
Yeah.
Like when somebody rolls over. And she was just like, how violently do you roll over in bed, Chelsea? And I'm like,
Who said this? Wait, I missed out.
it's my mom.
mom.
Oh, okay. That is so funny.
So, yeah, she yoinks him, ruins the bed. And of course, there's water everywhere. The kid's traumatized and freaking out, and nobody believes him that he almost got yoinked into another waterbed dimension.
Also,
Yeah.
I'm 90% sure that he's like 8. He can't like punch a hole through it. And also, if your kid is doing that, take him to therapy. He's got issues.
Yes.
If your kid is like, I'm going to punch a hole through this water
Yeah.
bed.
yeah.
Well,
then-
yeah, when
Ed plays like investigator, and he's like, take me to the bed.
yeah,
And they've like covered up the floor with a rug, and they're like, oh, the waterbed ruined the floor. And he lifts up the rug and he's like, that's no water stain.
Yeah.
I love
That's
it.
devil juice.
yeah, but also it did not look like water
Direct
damage. It
quote.
looked like
No.
mold.
That looked bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, why were they just like, let's put a carpet over it or a rug
I can't
over
believe
Yeah.
they didn't look under the foundation.
it. No.
They were just like, a rug at 5 below will work.
Also, I would call a guy. I'm just calling a guy. I'm saying this house is rotting from the inside out. I don't know what
Yeah.
you're gonna do, but change it. So
Well, they called the
Lorraine-
guy.
they're the
Two
guys.
They are the guy.
A woman.
Um,
and a guy.
Literally.
And then they're like,
so
we gotta extract the source. Does this
So they
happen
go
right
down.
after they go under the
Yeah.
house and stuff?
Lorraine
Hi,
goes in a
Lorraine.
dress.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you're gonna get your dress dirty, and she was like, just
Get
hold
out the
my
way.
purse. And I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
was like, bitch, shut the fuck up. She could do this.
I
She
love
what
her.
the hell?
yeah.
then she's like, rats. And then she's like, oh, there's something between the rats. But she doesn't do that. I would just be grossed out. So then she
Yeah,
opens
she
it up,
doesn't do that.
and it's a cute little doll of dead things.
It's not a doll. It's a totem. It's like
It's like a candle holder. That's
It, do-
lit-
made
it
of-
does look like a spirit Halloween candle holder, doesn't it?
made of
Yeah, it does.
bones and darkness.
but did nobody hear all them rats having a ball under the house?
I know. But as soon, which is weird, as soon as she like uncovers the totem, the rats are like, ah. And they
But yeah,
look
the
away.
rats are like, gross.
Yeah, they're like humans.
We're just here for the mold.
Yeah. So they
Were
figure
they
out.
probably
which
licking
I
that shit
feel
up?
like-
Uh-huh.
What's it called? The movie focused on a lot with having Ed with his like heart problems and stuff, where like Lorraine had to step in and do stuff.
Mhm.
Very much like I can do this independently.
Yeah.
I don't need
Swapping.
Ed.
I love
Bring
that.
no
Swapping
man.
the
She's
roles.
the out of the two of them.
Well, maybe they're trying to like
She's the
phase
one.
out.
Huh?
Huh?
Sorry.
Why'd you
Maybe
just
Wait,
they're
why did
trying to-
everybody stop talking?
Because I heard myself. Maybe they're trying to phase out of Ed and Lorraine because Ed like passes first. Maybe they're trying to get to that point where they're like,
Damn, they're trying to kill him.
I don't know the vision. I don't know the vision.
The
Yeah.
next
But-
movie Lorraine can't see. She's lame.
But
She has a-
anyway.
she has a vision. She sees the totem, and then she's like, and she sees the like lady doing the curse again.
Lorraine said,
Yes.
She
And
said it was
then
a little midsummer.
she takes pictures with that
cool camera? Yeah,
The
that shit was
coolest
so
camera.
fire.
So
She said, I'm gonna
correct
scrapbook
me.
this.
Correct me if I'm wrong. They go to the police next, right? That's when
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
They
Oh, wait,
show,
I haven't written down.
they show the family the pictures and are like, hi, this isn't just demonic possession. This is a curse.
Right.
They go to a priest, not the police.
Yeah, they do. They go to a priest, which is very important at the end, but let's not talk about it. He's a retired
nobody
priest.
was gonna talk about. Okay,
Oh,
anyway. So they go
Yeah, I was
to-
like, no one was gonna.
They develop the pictures, which God knows how long that took,
I know.
But they
I was
developed the
thinking
picture.
that.
and then pass them out to everybody. They're like, send this to all the police stations in the area to see if anyone else has found these.
Yeah.
They
And
are.
while y'all do that, we're gonna go. The priest is still in the house. The one that got beat up in the exorcism. It's been days. And he's like, I know somebody that might be able to help you. There's a retired priest out by the
Apparently
river.
he's like the priest because they were
The
like,
priest.
there's only one man.
The
that can
priest
help.
was born by the river.
And
The ri-
let me tell
the ri-
you, this
The ri-
man,
ri-
I was
Oh,
born by the river.
he's
I was-
probably okay. He's probably so kind. He's probably so kind. Looks like he hasn't
the
bathed.
scariest person in the world.
Yeah,
He
no.
looks like the human embodiment
Well,
of
one of the
mildew.
first things he says to them is, "I got chicken shit on my hands."
Yes.
He's probably
does.
so nice, though. I don't want to shit on this man, but he
Yeah.
does look like the human embodiment of mildew. He looks so old and crusty.
Oh my god, that was
He does.
and a personal attack. Jesus.
So they
I'm
give him.
amazing.
See Mr. Don Julio and whatever his name is, the priest.
the
Yeah.
cornholio.
They
Yeah.
give him the picture and they're like, what is this? And he's like, this reminds me of the time that I was hanging out with the disciples of the Ram cult.
Yeah, because he was studying
Ah,
them.
see.
And then he's like, "Do you
Titanic
want to
people.
see my museum and
Yes!
basically shrine that I've built to these people?"
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then Lorraine is going down the stairs. She said, "I don't want to go down there."
And they're like, they ask him, like, because he's like, this ain't a demon, this is a curse. And she's like, well, why would a Satanist curse these people? What's the connection? He's like, they don't have a reason. They just do things because they want to be bad.
Yeah.
I hate that. Sorry,
Ow.
that was.
Actually, yeah, I kind of heard that inside of my whole entire body.
So he's
I
like,
hate that. No, I want a reason why this lady was just like, "This people
Yeah.
right here."
She said,
So
"I
he's
wanna do
like,
bad stuff."
come to my basement. And Lorraine's like, I don't want to go in that basement.
And
Yeah.
And they
It's
go
Scooby-Dooby.
anyway. And it's just a museum.
it does
of-
strike
the
fear into the hearts of
cult.
men.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
Sure.
cult museum. And he's like, check this stuff out. And they're like,
And then
Please
he,
no, sir.
Weird.
Ed picks up a book and Lorraine goes, "Ed, like,
Oh,
don't touch that."
yeah. I wrote, homie has a whole workshop full of Satan stuff like it's normal.
Well,
Yeah.
they have a whole workshop of Satan stuff too, so I don't know why they
that
were
they
freaked
have
out.
like that they are just capturing so that the souls don't get lost.
Yeah,
you know
he's
what
a
I mean?
priest. He probably blessed that shit too. They didn't get
Oh,
over it.
Hey,
Yes.
no.
I guess.
Have you seen him? Did you?
I kinda
Did
doubt
you
it.
and I see him? Because
He
he
wasn't.
did not.
I'm sorry that you think he looks like the personal embodiment of mildew, but
He
he
does.
was not that.
Considering who he keeps around,
Yeah,
I don't
true.
think.
Yeah.
I
I
know.
know.
Appropriate.
Now we're switching over to poor Arnie. Poor little
Yeah.
Arnie. And
Archibald.
he's in jail. And it's
Come
nighttime.
on, jail.
And he's mopping the floor in the middle of the
Come
night.
on,
I'm not
prison.
really sure why that's a thing. So he's just trying to mop like a good kid.
Maybe it's like community service or something.
Yeah. Well,
In
jail.
Yeah.
And
Well, yeah, I think in prison you have to
Shut
like
up!
complete
I
different jobs.
know he's in prison, but
so
I mean,
he's like, in the dark. And then he's like, what's that noise? And he keeps hearing all these noises. And then one of the other people, they're in like a big old jail cell together, pops up out of the bed and starts singing the
Singing.
song that he stabbed Bruno to.
I
And,
didn't even make that connection
and he was like,
It's
what?
like call me by Blondie something.
Call me
Yeah.
by your name.
by her name.
ooh, he starts doing that. And Arnie's like,
He goes,
what?
do you believe?
That would, oh my god, if he killed him to share.
Oh my god.
To
That
Alright,
I
that'd be
would
too
piss
bad.
Sabrina,
myself.
I need
That
you
would
to stop
that-
screaming. It hurts.
Sorry.
It really does.
I would
Hi.
piss myself. That would
Nice
be
to
so
So-
meet
funny.
you. My name's Cher, and Cher is Cam. Thank you very
So
much.
he's like, oh my god, this is creepy. And then a demon pops out from the corner and it's like, ha ha! Right as-
Wow.
and
Got you now.
touches him and he freaks out and spills the mop water everywhere. And of course the
cops.
warden is like, little boy. And I think
They treat him like he's crazy. I mean,
yeah, they
understandable,
of course don't believe him. And I think that's kind of just okay. So then they're like, this kid's crazy, and then they switch to Ed and Lorraine again, and they are talking to a police officer, and he's like, I've seen this candle holder before.
Yeah.
And
So
they're
the-
like, really? And it happened to like those two girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were
Which-
like, we already have a case, and we're trying to find these lost people.
I think Mr. Cameraman found out that there was a similar case. So
Yeah.
they go to the cops, and the cops, they're like, oh yeah, we're here to help, like, or we're here to learn more about the case or whatever, because our case is similar to yours. And then he's like, no, I'm not helping you guys. I know what you guys are trying to prove in court, and like, I don't believe in that shit, so no.
Mhm.
And then she was like, we can help you with your case if you help me with ours. And he's like, prove it. So he pulls out 3 knives from the evidence locker, and he's like, one of these is the murder weapon of the case that we are working on. I need her to pick out the one that is the murder weapon. And then Ed is like, no, my wife's not going to do that. It's not a freak show. She's not a talent. And she goes, it's this one.
And they're like, ooh.
I love her.
You see in the background,
I
they show the
love
cops that are watching them from the outside of the room. And you see in the background, one of the cops gives $20 to the other one, like, yeah, you were right. Like, they
Oh
bet
my
money
God.
on it. And so then they go to check out where the murder of the girls
The
from the
stabbing.
cop's case happened.
Mhm. They're like,
And-
also happened in the middle of the McWoods.
Also, if I may, can we just run through this part because it really has nothing to do with our storyline. We're just helping. This is a side story. This is a
It
mini.
does have to do with the
It has a
storyline.
lot to do with it.
Are you
She-
crazy?
It's just our crazy witch friend is fucking everyone up. There,
She had
that's
to
what
do
happens.
3 sets of people.
Yeah.
One young, one
a lover,
a
which is the
lover,
boy.
and
and then-
an old person.
No, the God-loving man,
A God-loving man.
which turned out to be Ed. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. So so Lorraine goes in the woods, has her little flashback moment, and when she has the two girls, they're grown, they're in college, hanging out together.
In
They're
the
running
woods.
around in the woods at night by themselves with flashlights, and they're like, did y'all get vibes from that?
Yes,
Because-
1000%.
Oh,
Yes,
Let
those
me
were,
tell you.
those were two
The
girls
girl's
who
like,
were
I
into
got
each
you a
other.
bracelet, and the other girl's like, will you help me put it on?
When I
And
tell
then-
you, I wouldn't go with a single one of you into the woods to
How
run around
fucking
with
dare you.
Why
with
not?
forest. With flashlights.
We were supposed to do an episode in your woods, Sabrina.
Yeah, you-
so I don't know what
Yeah,
you're talking about.
whose stupid idea was that shit? Was that mine?
Yours!
Freaking
Did you just say abso-fab?
Oh my
I
God.
did not. Don't say
You
that.
did. I heard you say
Anyway.
abso-fably not.
History will say they're just friends. So then
What's that,
while-
Shakespeare or something? I don't know.
So then
Yeah.
Lorraine transcends basically, and she like kind of is like going through the story as her being one of the girls.
The
girl who killed the other one.
murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
You
murder.
know, are they like expanding Lorraine's powers a little too much in this movie?
no,
I'm like,
she's
how did
powerful,
she-
and I love it
How did she become the murderer? You know what I mean?
because she does that.
Oh, okay. No, that
Yeah.
makes sense for sure.
So she's over there, and she's like, "Stabby, stabby," and she kills.
Oh, and the
her
purpose of
she-
her doing this is so that they can find the body. She was helping
And
them
then she
find the body.
takes
Right.
off.
She does.
She's
Like she's a
running.
runner. She's a track star.
She looks like the vampires
poor
in Twilight.
this poor man who just had a freaking heart attack straight after her too, and
He's
he's like,
Lorraine, and I'm in my
You
head. I'm like,
notice
Ed is gonna
he's the
collapse.
only-
Please stop running.
You notice he's the only one running after her?
Yeah, the cop didn't
The
fucking
cop is
help.
like,
The guy's
Yeah.
just sitting there, and
girl,
Ed's like,
what?
Lorraine! And she's taken off like a track star, and then she ends up, because the whole premise is they found the dead girl, they can't find the girl that killed her, and Lorraine runs through the woods, and then the second she ends up at the edge of the cliff where it goes into
You
ravine.
see this in the trailer as well?
Yeah, she stops and
Yeah.
she's like, Ed! And then
she
some
goes,
nasty
Something
hand
grabs onto her.
Pulls on
Yoinks
her
her
little
yoink
leg.
her,
a canyon or some shit. I don't
and he
know.
saves her, of course.
it's a cliff.
A cliff
Um,
hole. What's the thing at the bottom of a cliff?
A cliff hole. No,
Rocks?
you're right. A cliff
cliff
hole.
hole?
Not a dam, but a cliff hole.
A cliff hole.
Whatever, you know.
So
Um,
yeah,
So
Then we're
she's
like, found her.
She's down there. She's in there. Which they drained that thing twice and didn't find her. But then,
And then
they
Lorraine
drained it
said-
again.
Because Lorraine
she didn't want to be found. She wasn't ready yet.
Yeah.
She wasn't ready to be discovered.
Well, at the
So-
end of this, the cop's like, yeah, you were right. So I'm going to give you all the files we have on
Yeah.
our case so we can help you with yours.
Also, is that allowed?
A little.
I feel like they make the rules.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So let's go back to Arnie. He's
Mhm.
in solitary confinement because he was being really weird.
Sketch,
and-
McGetch.
Yeah.
Sketch, my
So he's by himself, and they put him on 24-hour watch, and they had the priest bring him holy water in case he gets, messed with again. So he pours it in a circle around him, and he's sitting
But
there.
he's given holy water in a glass bottle.
Yeah.
He's also given holy water because his girlfriend went to visit him and he let her know that the demon is trying to get him to
Yeah.
kill himself.
So he's like Merp in solitary confinement. I mean, he's like stressed out. He's trying to pray. And then, of course, curses don't care about holy water. I thought we
No.
established this, but whatever. The
Yeah.
priest should have honestly just sat with him, but okay.
Yeah.
And he
But that
Gets,
priest was
like-
a pussy. Sorry.
he gets possessed again. He's like, and then he takes the empty bottle of holy water, smashes it in his hand, and then takes a little piece of glass and is like, and
Yeah.
Yeah. Trigger
Yeah.
warning for Miss
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah. But then Miss Girlfriend calls up Ed and was like, he says he wants to kill himself. And then Ed is like, are you dumb? Literally put him on suicide watch. What do you
Yeah.
mean?
Well, this was before. Like the phone call happened before, but there was no way for her to reach the prison.
Zippy
because
Bo in time.
yeah,
The phone got fucked up by Miss Witch Girl.
yeah.
So then, what happens after this, Chelsea?
Lorraine is connected to Miss Witch Bruja, and
Brouhaha.
Shark
they
Lady.
do this by breaking into a morgue, which
Yeah.
I mean, kind of badass.
I know, but he says we'll leave a note. What will the
Yeah.
note do? They still broke into the morgue.
Yeah.
So they go in, and she's like, I have to connect with them. How does Lorraine connect with people? She holds their hand. So
She
they
does,
go, she goes to hold the hand of the girl they yoinked out of the river.
And she holds her
And she's
soggy, soppy,
juicy.
juicy hand. That shit is so waterlogged. And she's
Oh,
like,
I don't want to talk about it.
And
She's
like,
grabbing
I-
onto it and
while they
gagging.
were in there, I was like, why are the bodies just out? Shouldn't they be on ice or something? They're just
in,
out
like, a
on
cooler.
tables.
Just
So
chilling.
I'm telling you, that's a lie. There is no way that they left somebody's body out and there's not a mortician in there with them. You know what I mean? Or like
Yeah.
the person who does the
Security.
autopsy.
But
Absolutely
for
not.
the
You would put the
purposes
body away.
of the movie.
Yeah.
For purposes of the
So-
movie, all of the bodies are just loose.
Yeah. All of them. Not even like the newest one. It's like a room full of them, and we're like,
Yeah.
okay.
So
So
she's
don't-
holding hands with Juicy River Girl. And she
Hashtag Juicy River Girl.
she's like
Get it trending on
walking-
Twitter.
She's walking through like wherever the witch
Miss
is.
Witchy's lair.
And she's like, I can hear a train, I can hear water, and then she sees through the eyes of Miss Witch Girl, and she's trying to get Arnie to cut himself with the glass that we were just talking about. And she's like, by the power of Calgary, I tell you to stop this now. And honestly, she's such a baddie.
She's such a badass.
And then the witch, her and the witch are like talking to each other. It's like Star Wars when Rey and Kylo Ren are
They're a dyad in the Force. Absolutely not. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So...
But what happens is that Lorraine connects with the witch, and then the witch like finds out or feels it or whatever.
Yeah.
So she like grabs onto Lorraine in whatever metaphysical world she's in.
Talking to her. She's like, "How did you find me? What is this?" And she's like, "God led me here." And she's like, "Your God has banished you or damned you." Yeah. And then Lorraine's like, "Ed, the connection, it goes both ways."
Yeah, because she can't let go.
And then the lights go out. Conk.
Yes.
And then there's another juicy sir.
And a juicy McBody.
Let me tell you, this was Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Yes.
When the red lady, the
girl in the hospital
lady,
that she absorbs the little boy.
That boy.
Oh my God.
Ed turns the light on and you see that one of the tables that had a juicy body, the sheet falls off of it. There's no body. Yep. And Ed is like, that's suspicious. And then he moves over.
That's weird.
Big, tall, rotund looking Scary Stories person.
And they're like, oh my God, a gigantic man.
And they're just twitching.
What is it, Goliath?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just like vibing in the corner. And then Ed's like, yo, Lorraine,
let go. Let go.
Come on, girlie.
And then that Mr. Juicy Sir starts running at Lorraine. Yes. And then Ed said, "No, me first."
The noises are like while he's like running over to her.
And then Ed, at the last second, Ed takes Lorraine's hand out of like away from Miss River Girl, and then the body just
flop.
The body just flops onto the ground.
But not before his head hits the corner of the bed that Miss Juicy Girl is on, and then we see his whole little face go.
Yeah.
Because it reverberates onto the floor.
Yeah,
oh my God.
It was so funny.
Also, this is so disrespectful. That is a real man, probably. A real man who's walking around this earth.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sure you are a handsome man when you are not dressed up like a corpse. But that...
some sort of something on.
He got paid. He knew what he was doing.
It was the makeup, maybe prosthetics, whatever the fuck.
And that hair that looked like black ramen.
Yeah, you know, like he's done up to look,
wet.
You know, make-up.
They make him look real sexy.
They go back to the family and they're like, here's the real tea. It's a candle holder totem witch. Yeah. And we have to find her. And then cameraman was like, I found this book. I can read. Can you read some of it? It's in Latin. Because, of course, Ed can read Latin. And he's like, it says we have to destroy the altar the curse was made on. And then he's like, we gotta go. And he stands up, passes out. Of course.
He don't take his medicine.
And he, like... wakes up, but he's in the Warren's house, and he's like, Lorraine, where you at? This is weird, and there's nobody around, and the door's open.
This is suspicious.
And he's hallucinating.
The door is busted. Okay,
wide open.
Yeah, so he goes to the door, and he tries to be like, who's out there? And then he turns around, and Miss Witch Girl is just standing in his house.
At the table. And she's like, oh,
she's like, I like your house.
Yeah, he's like, you got a nice collection here.
And then thick, juicy dude shows up again, and he tries
behind the door.
Yeah.
Which is like a reference to, I don't know if it's actually, but the first Conjuring, remember when Babushka was behind the door?
Babushka.
In the first movie, when Miss Joey King, she was like, wow.
Yeah.
That's the same position. Maybe this movie was just built on nostalgia. Who knows?
Oh my God.
Also, we have a minute left till the second set of 30. I'm so sorry, listeners. I did tell you that we would keep it under an hour. This is a long-ass fucking movie.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
So, he's like chasing the big, juicy man.
Yeah,
and
she says, Ed, don't stop now. You're so close.
Literally.
She's cryptic as fuck.
And he's trying to stab the juicy man, and then he gets woken up by his hallucination. He's trying to stab Lorraine. And she's like, Ed, why?
Yeah.
And then they're like, he's like, she was in her house, blah, blah. And so he's looking for a cursed object in their house because he's like, where is it? How did she get in here? And then they go into like Ed's office and they have all those flowers from when he's in the hospital, and one of them is like dead. And
Rotted.
He's like, when did that get here? And the guy's like, oh, yesterday when you guys came home from the hospital. And he's like, and he grabs it, throws the flowers on the floor, smashes the vase, candle holder.
Demon candle holder.
Also,
Demon
why is she able to transport to where her dolls are, but she didn't have a doll in the morgue?
Wait, what?
What?
She came and visited in the morgue. Yes.
No, because she was holding hands.
She connected with
Oh,
Lorraine,
you're right.
morgue. She didn't come to the morgue.
So
you're right. Okay, never mind. I revoked my statement.
Yeah. Also, that's the same. I just want to say that's the same office where the painting of the nun was in. So that office got issues. Oh.
So Lorraine is like, let me go get the rest.
That's the sound of failure.
Another set of 30.
The rest of this translated by the priest, the creepy priest with the weird basement I don't like. So she drives there alone, of course. And then
because why the fuck wouldn't she when they're always together?
She's like having this really weird cryptic conversation with him, finds out that Mr. Priestman had a daughter, which is not something that priests do. But
that's why he retired.
He was really into cults, so and he was like, yeah, I have a daughter. And she ended up like not being religious. She's like the opposite. She's like a witch.
He was like, I was doing a lot of research on these cults, and she got way too into it.
And she's definitely in a cult, just by the way. And Lorraine's like, wow, you didn't say anything? And he's like, would you?
Yeah.
So,
yes, I would. That's important information.
While they're chit-chatting, they hear the door upstairs close, and she's like, she's here. And he's like, get out of here. So he sends her down like a secret
catacombs
tunnel.
Of his fucking
and he's
house.
Like, get out of here. It's down there, and just like leaves her. And then he sits at his desk. And Miss Girl walks over, and he's like, hey, and she's like, no, slits his throat, dead.
Yeah, which I thought was gonna be a moment of like, she just killed a god-loving man. Like it wasn't Ed Afterhall, but they didn't take advantage of that. That's not what happened.
So, creepy priest's secret daughter comes back to the house, kills him, follows Lorraine down into the secret devil tunnel. And then she catches up to Lorraine in the tunnel. They have a little tussle, and then she pins Lorraine on the ground. And then she starts doing ASMR to Lorraine.
Yeah, she's like, open your eyes.
She's got her, she's like, she goes, open your eyes. Open your eyes.
Yeah, she does do that.
Look at me. She's like whispering and making noises. And I was like, I'm falling asleep.
Yeah. So, also, I just want to mention that Lorraine tried to topple over the altar, but she's not strong enough, so
too heavy. Way too heavy. Yeah. So she gets away from him because Ed makes it down there. He realizes that Lorraine's not safe by herself. And of course, he forgot his pills. So
he finds his way down to the
badass Lorraine. She gets she doesn't get stabbed in the eye by Miss Girl because she uses Miss Girl and goes into her eyes and looks back down at herself, and she sees there's a rock. So she grabs that fucking rock and goes and knocks Miss Witch
knocks her out and then takes off. And then Ed is like, Lorraine. So Miss Witch takes the opportunity to pretend to be.
She takes the form of
Lorraine. And she runs up to him and then goes and blows some dirt in his face.
That was in Midsummer that happened.
Yeah, Midsummer.
It's also like if you guys have seen This Is the End, when Michael Cera goes, does this cocaine smell funny? And blows it.
Hey, that movie, I watched that movie way too young. I literally am genuinely traumatized by that movie. The scene where Channing Tatum is just a bitch, somebody's bitch.
Oh my god.
Gets fucked in the booty. Oh my god, traumatized me. I literally can't watch Channing Tatum movies now. I cannot to this day watch Channing Tatum movies and enjoy them. Because all I'm thinking about it is him in that little thing. It was my fault. I was like 12 and I watched that movie.
So
Okay,
after
so
Channing
anyway.
Tatum left the Conjuring franchise,
Oh my god. So
After he genuine ponied out.
once Ed gets the cocaine in his face, he is like having hallucinations that he needs to kill Lorraine. So he grabs a sledgehammer and is going after her, and Lorraine's like, stop, and then she's like, remember me, and trying to get him to remember that they're like married, and they have flashbacks to this gazebo where they have their first kiss,
and she's like,
Lorraine.
she's targeting our love because she thinks it's our weakness, but it's our strength. Remember me.
Cute.
And then we flash over to Arnie. Bless his heart. Arnie is like flying in the air. He is super duper possessed
by the
right
way,
now.
He's also literally
he makes the windows shatter.
The witch has time while the Warrens are trying to kill each other.
Yeah.
She has time to start trying to kill him again. So he's flying in the air. His girlfriend's trying to keep him from killing himself.
He grabs a shard of glass
and she's like, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
And he starts crack-a-lacking all his bones again.
Like a bowling pin. So finally, Lorraine gets through to Ed and is like, remember me. And he's like,
open your eyes.
And then he takes the sledgehammer,
breaks the
altar, breaks the curse. Arnie's not flying anymore. Bless his heart. And then Miss Witch
transforms into a frog.
She's like, and because she promised this demon a soul, he needs one.
So the demon's like, hey girl, you didn't bring me no soul.
And he folds her like a pretzel, and she dies in the shape of a pretzel. Her body stays, her legs are like,
they really are bent back like,
And then Ed and Lorraine weasel out of the catacombs up through a storm drain or something.
And the cops finally get there after a fucking hour.
And Ed is like breathing heavy. He's like, I forgot my pills. And then she opens up her locket, and of course she has a pill for him because she's that girl. And then we cut to Ed. He puts Miss Witch Girl's cup in the spook room with Annabelle and everything else.
Is this after, I don't know, when they go back to the court?
They're about to go to court.
Oh, okay.
Then
never mind, continue.
They go to Arnie's hearing, and they try and do, not guilty for reason of demonic possession. He still gets sentenced. He only has to serve 5 years.
Well, they sentence him for 10 to 20, and then for good behavior, he gets let out in 5.
Because he's a good kid.
Yep.
And he was charged under manslaughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
which I think is different from first-degree murder.
Yeah. Manslaughter is almost like accident, quote unquote.
Yeah. It's like, whoopsie, you died.
So he ends up marrying Debbie while he's in prison, this girl, and they're still married today.
To this day, they're still married.
And then Ed builds Lorraine a gazebo in the backyard, like the one that they kissed in 30 years ago.
I have an issue with this scene, though.
Why?
30 years ago, they kissed in the gazebo. I thought she was going to be like, and drag him into the gazebo and kiss. But they kissed in front of it. What the fuck?
Anyway, so they had a really cute moment.
Okay.
No, it does something really nice.
Like 30 years ago.
Okay, so then apply to be the director of Conjuring
Garbage.
I don't know.
Do both. They can do both.
Yeah, they probably fucked in that gazebo.
Yeah,
I don't like.
Okay.
Hey, don't make it dirty.
The way Chelsea looked at me just now.
We are having a good time, damn it.
We're having a beautiful moment. These are like my parents. Like I can't say that stuff about them.
No, because you said you'd just fuck your dad then.
That's true. I would respectfully, very nicely kiss Patrick Wilson on the mouth.
Oh, I was very confused.
And that is The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It.
Yay!
Yay!
10 minutes.
Whoa.
All right,
More than an hour.
That's an hour and 10 minutes,
right.
Whatever. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you guys
Wait.
enjoyed that. Oh my god, I forgot about
done this in so long.
I know.
Season 2.
Harry.
Wait, okay, what? Chelsea, that's your name. Let me share.
Oh.
Y'all like my bat wings?
I've never seen a bat.
I've never seen it. Yeah.
Hey, I
You
have
saw
seen a bat.
real close.
Wait, quick little story. This could
While
be
I set
extra.
this up.
You guys don't have to listen to this if you don't want to. But me and Harry just went to Costa Rica for a month. Long story short. but
Okay, it should
we
work.
we're staying in this Airbnb in Jaco, which is like a beach place. And hello. I was walking up to the upstairs rooms because this house had two levels. And as I was walking up, the whole staircase had maybe 30 bats. Maybe 30 vampire bats. And I know they were vampire bats because I went to the museum the day before and they had a little collection of all the bats that they have in Costa Rica. Absolutely not. They're so cute and fun when you're like, oh, this is a zoo and I'm going to hold a bat. And then when the freaking bitches are like, whew, 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 in your face.
In your
Absolutely
home.
not. No. Had a panic attack. But love you, bats, respectfully from afar. Thank you for what you do to our ecosystem.
Ooh, that was loud.
Déconjouing. No, what did Christian call it?
Déconjouing.
Concahooting.
3. Devil
Say devil.
made
me do that.
it.
I was very confused. I was like, that doesn't say devil.
So,
I was like,
out of 10, what are we giving her?
Juicy
Let's
juicy
see.
corpses.
Juicy.
Corpses. No, you said something else. What was it? It was so fucking funny.
Juicy River Girl. I don't know.
Yeah, it was that. It was that.
Just see River Girl. Yeah.
I want to give her an 8.5.
Hold on,
I like
let's see the comparison.
I'll give it an 8.5 or a 9.
I think I agree. I would give it like an 8.5.
I don't think
I
it
did
was
feel-
as high as Midsummer.
Oh,
But
shit,
it's
I
fun
Yeah,
because it
no.
had like Scooby-Doo vibes. Like we were figuring out who was what. You know what I mean? It just like older mystery gang. I don't know. You know what I mean?
I very much enjoyed that we got to see a little more of Ed and Lorraine.
Yeah, me
focused
too.
Story.
So we
but
think
yeah.
it's like Invisible Man.
It's
Or you
better
said
than The Exorcist.
8.5 or 8?
I said 8.5.
8.5 to 9. I think we're in that range.
I said 8 to 8.5.
9.5.
I wouldn't say it's Midsummer, but I would say
Yeah, I wouldn't say
I'd
that
watch
either.
it again before Crimson Peak.
So 9.
Sorry, Mr.
What's
Thomas.
Yeah.
Crimson Peak?
8.
8. So 9? Do we think 9?
Yeah.
A 9.
I'm down.
Sure.
9 out of 10 juicy Miss Juicy River Girls.
Yeah.
We fucking did it, y'all. We're back.
Happy
Better than
season
ever.
2,
Nice.
babies.
Back and
Yeah.
better than
Happy
ever.
Season 2 premiere. Also, what was I gonna say? Oh, let's just give a little shout out to one of these scary queens who's been working really, really hard on Gato Glitter. Everybody go follow
Oh my
Gato
God.
Glitter on
Our
Instagram.
very own Scary Queen Chelsea has created a glitter brand on Etsy called Gato, like cat in Spanish, Gato Glitter. And you guys should check it out. There are a lot of references to the movies we've reviewed. There are glitters like,
Yes.
I
go
what's
both
what's
ways.
that? What's the one from The Witch?
There's a Midsummer one.
There's a
There's
May Queen one.
May
There's a I Go
Queen.
Both Ways from Jennifer's Body. There's
Live
Live
Deliciously.
Deliciously from The Witch.
And there's a shade called Scary Queens Only.
And there's a shade called Scary Queens Only, and it's little bats
is
in
beautiful.
orange. It's so beautiful. And you know how
Very
she's obsessed with
beautiful.
Bad Bunny,
Bad
so there are
Bunny.
shades like Benito.
And they
there's
have
a-
little bunny glitters in them. They're beautiful.
It's so cute.
Very great.
So,
I really recommend y'all check that out.
And
She-
they're very affordable and they're
Yes, they
cosmetic
are.
grade.
and she
And-
currently has a palette of all of the shades she has, plus 2
Yes,
shades that are
plus 2.
not
Yes,
yet
ma'am.
released. So you guys should check it out and,
And
buy it.
when you order them, she gives you free samples.
She does, and she gives
That
you a
is
little
true.
a little
Yes.
note saying thank you.
Yes.
And it has a little cat on it. And oh my god, the CEO is currently on Chelsea's chest. If you
Right
want to see
here.
it, go to our Patreon.
And that's
Something
only
very
$1.
different.
It's only
Chelsea's-
$1.
It's Chelsea's
Yeah.
little titty tat, and her name is
Aw.
Wendy.
Oh, my cat was on here earlier too. If you guys wanted to see.
Oh yeah, he
Oh,
was.
yeah,
he
Titty
was.
tat.
He was.
But
But yeah, if y'all want to support some small business, go ahead and do that.
yeah.
As for wrapping this up, if you guys want to follow us on Instagram, you can follow us on Instagram at the Scary Queens. That's THE Scary Queens. I miss saying that. And
In case you didn't know how to spell the, are you kidding?
sorry, I got caught up in the emotions. In case you didn't know how to spell that, listen to us on our other streaming platforms like Anchor, Spotify, Outcast, Apple Podcasts, and Google
Google
Podcasts. Hey, don't say it. Okay, he said it. Okay, Sabrina,
Thank
take it
you.
away.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. Stay afraid, y'all.
Bye. Also, I took off
Bye.
my nail in the middle of it. Look at it. It's yummy.
Ooh,
Bye.
that's really gross. Bye.
Chelsea, you could stop that.
Bada bing, bada bang.
Ba-da-dee,
Bang, bang.
da-da-da.